everybody, welcome to the channel of TINI PR. My name is Paige. I am the founder of a boutique PR agency based in New York City, and I work specifically with new, small, emerging luxury brands all over the United States. And basically, it is my job to help build credibility, authority, and help get way more sales using marketing and PR. Today, I wanted to come on here and discuss how to build a media-worthy brand. And especially for small businesses, it's definitely not the easiest thing in the world, but it's possible. And this is how you do it. I'm going to break this down into 5 main parts. And starting with number 1, basically, your brand needs a point of view. What does this mean? Basically, writers and editors, they are not just looking for products. They're not scouring the internet looking for products to write about. They are looking for stories, things that will get clicks. Basically, a media-worthy brand knows exactly what it stands for, who it's serving, and why it exists. And all of these things are demonstrated very, very clearly. If your brand cannot be summarized in one very potent sentence, then it is absolutely not press ready. The brands that are failing in this area basically are trying to market their company for everybody. I say this time and time again, your brand is not for everybody. It's for a very specific audience, and you need to find that. Do not market to the general public and everybody out in the world. Another way that I see brands failing in this area is by copying their competitors, whether it's on social media or their branding or their marketing strategies. Copying will get you nowhere, and I know some people use it as a strategy for their own, is to completely rip off other companies. In the long run, it will get you nowhere, because at the end of the day, you are going to remove the trust that you have with your own customers because you're copying another person because you can't have your own ideas and your own identity. And this also relates to your real life. If you're copying somebody, you will never be as good as the original. Never. It was somebody's original idea. You will never be as good as them. But you will always be behind them. They're going to be in front of you. If you are copying somebody, you're always chasing that next thing that they're already doing. You're behind. You're going to lose. Stop copying people. Find your own ideas. Hire people to create ideas. And if you don't have any ideas, why are you in this game? Copying is just going to lose your own brand identity. You're losing. You're going to lose. And we don't want that. We want to see you thrive. And if you need ideas, ask me questions in the comments. Number 2 is that your brand must feel culturally relevant. Writers and editors do not just think about specific features. They are thinking ahead in trends, in culture, in timelines, what's going on in the world, and who is relevant. That is what they write about. The brands that are media ready really understand the conversations that they are a part of, and they continually put themselves in conversations by being culturally relevant. It's not like they're just selling a product, but they are participating in what's going on in the world and something bigger than just, hey, buy what I'm selling. Number 3 is that media-ready brands are very up to date with their visual authority because it matters way more than you think it does. All of your visual assets determine whether your pitches or your publicist pitches just get opened or if they get remembered. This includes all of your packaging, your marketing, your images, your videos, your website, your e-commerce images. Literally, you need to make sure that all of your branding assets, you are communicating your price point and your quality and your story. If your visuals are unclear and inconsistent, or outdated and not relevant, all of the editors and writers are going to pass on your story. It doesn't matter how great your product and your company is. If your branding assets are not looking great, it's not going to be heard. Your brand has to look worth featuring in a story. Number 4, you need to make sure that your brand has third-party validation. These editors are very credible and they don't want to lose their credibility, let's say by writing about a certain product and then their readers, their listeners go and try that specific product and in reality it's shit, but they just needed to get the story out there. They're going to lose their credibility. Their readers are not going to read their stories anymore because they're not going to trust them and their words. So these writers and editors need to make sure that the products are actually really great. And how do we do that? We do it by getting third-party validation. And basically, this is just proof that your brand is trusted by other people other than yourself. And this can be anything from reviews, partnerships, influencer collabs, testimonials, prior features. All of that jazz counts as a third-party validation. What I'm saying is that validation and all of these things that I just listed, it reduces risk and then makes your brand and products easier to say yes to when we're sending out pitches. Last but not least, number 5 is that you need to have a clear media story. Editors need to know what is new, who you are, why they should write about you right now, why it's relevant to the timeline, and why it matters. Even if your images and everything looks amazing, but you don't have a story that's really relevant or makes sense, they're not going to write about you. The media loves clarity, relevance, and momentum. The brands that are media worthy are not just lucky or random and they just know people on the inside. Well, maybe sometimes, but in reality, they're just very structured and they're positioned very well and they're very intentional with their entire company. If you guys want your brand to be taken more seriously, have more authority, and get more sales, definitely go check out my Substack. I'm excited to see you guys in the media room. Bye.